Okay. Yeah, we just go up. No,
I will look at it.
there's a button you start your person up. Yeah. Really living walking for French when he's still
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press. For the second time in 2 weeks, I think we are inviting you to our press conference. I think that's a sign of progress. Members of the University of Liberia Cabinet, our online public, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very important press conference. Of late, there have been a lot of developments on the campuses of the University of Liberia. 2 weeks ago, the president delivered an extensive statement in which he addressed specifically the issue relating to ongoing renovation project. Today, he has the unenviable task to discuss another key issue. Before much ado, I would like to call on Councillor Norris Stewart, Vice President for University Relations, to make further introductory comments and set the stage for the statement from the President of the University of Liberia. Councillor Stewart.
2 weeks ago here, president of the University of Liberia. There's not anyone to set the stage for him. He's a man very gifted, talented, and he has been in this business of public speaking for many, many years. But I'd like to thank you all for coming. It's like a deja vu again. Just January 6th, January 2nd, June 2nd, we're here. I was just telling the president and my colleagues that I think maybe, henceforth, as a university, we should provide this opportunity at least every month, where the cream de la creme of the Liberian media, youth, will come here and get first-hand information update on happenings here at the University of Liberia. It is often a challenge, so to speak, to try to respond to individual media queries on issues unfolding at the University of Liberia, especially when something happens. There is so much interest in terms of what happens here. The University of Liberia makes quite a big breaking news often. I sometimes get frustrated though when we don't get the calls when, say, for example, our faculty, win a big grant. We don't get the call when some academic things happen. We often get the call when, the hot button and sensational issues come. But anyway, that's the business of the news. So we try to arrange this regular updating of the media here going forward. Can't do it more than once for now in a month. We know it has some implications for us. Your relations, as you can see, the university is expanding. We have 5 campuses. And so the J, Vendor, Capital Hill Medical School. So this afternoon, we're very pleased to have the president, Dr. Nelson, along with some members of the UN cabinet on the far right of the president, and close to the president is the vice president of academic affairs, Dr. Moses Zina. Moses Zina is the vice president of academic affairs. Seated by him is Dr. Bernice Donald. She's the vice president for our College of Health Sciences. And next to her is someone you all in the media know. If you've been in the media for more than 4 years, for those who are just joining the media, you probably won't know her, but she's a household name. She's currently serving as the vice president for institutional development and planning. Professor Oyade Kobakole. Professor Bole is the vice president and chief information officer here at the University of Liberia, Dr. Darren Wilkins. He's leading the charge to expand teaching and learning through the digital process. And immediately on the president's left is our vice president for administration, Madam Benita Joko Tar. She's leading the effort towards ensuring that the current renovation exercise is executed so well. One check between her is Dean and Vice President of our graduate school, Professor Dr. Jonathan Taylor. And right by Jonathan Taylor is Madam Carmen Wilson. She is our HR Associate Vice President. And I'm Norris Square, Vice President for University Relations. We have other university officials here, folks from the President's Office, Chief of Security, our year relations, and so we're just glad that we all can meet. They're one big family. In this family, we can disagree. Disagreement is not something that we don't do. However, we always have to find a way to resolve our disagreement. But today, I know many of you have heard now, there was a called General Assembly faculty, and there have been some reportings. You've seen it. We thought it would be very important for the president of the university to provide some clarification on some of the reporting. So at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure now to invite on the podium here to make a formal statement, as we did on June 6th, to the same format today. After that formal statement, relatively short statement, we will entertain some questions from you, and after those questions will be hopefully addressed to your satisfaction. We adjourn this press conference. I want to welcome all of our students who are following us live online. This conference is on live. It's also live on Lux FM. It's on all of our social media platforms. So, without much ado, Mr. President, please, you're welcome.
Thank you, Councilor Joel. Professor Dr. Morose, Moses Zina, and other members of the UN Cabinet Management team present, ladies and gentlemen of the press, members of the University of Liberia family, the general public, one and all. I bring you greetings of Shalom from the walls of the University of Liberia, and thank you for your turnout on such a short notice. We have deemed it necessary to invite you today to provide some information and clarity to you and the Liberian people on the recent happenings involving the University of Liberia Faculty Association and the University of Liberia administration. It was brought to the attention of the administration of the University of Liberia by the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning that several full-time faculty members and staff of the university are also fully employed with other government ministries and agencies. According to the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, double dipping, in other words, having two full-time government jobs within government employment undermines the government of Liberia ongoing wage reforms efforts and also contravenes Section 9.10 of the Code of Conduct of the Republic of Liberia. Section 9.10 of the National Code of Conduct for all public officials and employees of the government of the Republic of Liberia titled Receipt of Double Emoluments states, quote, public officials and employees of government shall not, while receiving or being paid salaries by the government, at the same time receive or be paid salary by any other public office unless it is established that such additional employment is in the public interest, example, teaching a public educational institution, and that such service does not conflict with the public official or employee of government principal employment, unquote. As a result, the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning has indicated that I will ultimately transfer all full employment staff of other government entities to part-time status at public educational institutions. Furthermore, the UN administration arranged a meeting between the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning and the leadership of the University of Liberia Faculty Association last week, at which time clarifications were made by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning regarding the double dipping of employees in the Republic of Liberia. In anticipation of the smooth opening of school on schedule, June 27, 2022, and after the last postponement, and considering that it does not affect or hamper the teaching and learning process or disrupt the education of our students, the administration of the University of Liberia has written a letter of appeal to the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning to reconsider and give the matter more reflection so that we can find a common ground in the process. Unfortunately, the University of Liberia Faculty Association offer in its called General Assembly held on Wednesday, June 15, 2022, reportedly passed a vote of no confidence in our leadership and administration on grounds that we took and implemented a direct mandate for the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning to take action on some of our members reportedly involved into double dipping. We have not seen nor received an official resolution from the just ended assembly, but only gathered said information from the press and public all of yesterday and even up to this morning. Let me inform you, members of the press and the general public, of the following. One, that the request from the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning affected all employees at the university, including faculty and staff, and not only faculty alone. Two, that upon a forensic analysis of the UL payroll a total number of 74 employees, 62 faculty members, and 12 administrative staff, for which we have been advocating were found to be in that category of having two full-time employment from the government of Liberia. 3, that those employees whose salaries were transitioned to a part-time status for the month of May 2022 have since been paid in full based on our successful negotiation with the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. More importantly, their salaries will continue while negotiations are ongoing. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, fellow Liberians, permit me to inform you that the UL administration is committed and dedicated to administering the affairs of this noble institution in a fair and impartial manner, and will not knowingly ill-treat any of its employees, whether in the academic or administrative department. On June 2, 2022, we held a press conference here, and among other things, announced the reopening of classes on June 27, 2022. We therefore use this medium today to reaffirm our commitment to this announcement, and that everything is being done by the management in line with the ongoing renovation process, provision of supplies, etc., to have classes resume on Monday, the 27th of June, effectively. We therefore call on all our faculty, including both full-time and part-time, our student body, our staff, administrative and support staff, to be in readiness and get prepared for the resumption of classes come the 27th of June 2022, as well as our upcoming entrance and placement exam slated for June 25th, 2022. We will continue to remain engaged in dialogue with the government of Liberia, our faculty, our staff, our students, to ensure a smooth running of the University of Liberia. We are aware that there will be challenges, but we all have to work together to resolve our issues and make progress for the running of the University of Liberia. We remain committed to ensuring that all Liberians will have access to quality higher education, and the University of Liberia stands firm to be the nation's highest institution of learning and the premier university in Liberia, and we'll do our best to ensure that our children, our young people, the men and women of the University of Liberia get the appropriate higher education in Liberia. Thank you for your time, and may God bless all of us in the Republic of Liberia.
Okay, that was the statement from the president of the University of Liberia. You may now ask your questions. We follow the same format as the last time. You ask 2 at most 3 questions related to the statement then delivered, and after that we take the next ask.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah.
I'm Sylvester Churope, and I report for Spoon Network or Spoon TV. You did mention about having about 62 instructors whose names were found in the code of, like the quote unquote double dipping. Have their names been removed from the payroll of the school, the institution, University of Liberia? And secondly, the public would love to know, I mean, why at about this time should I try to remove or maybe come up with this issue of funding double dippers in the institution?
I mean, you want to answer or you want?
No, the next.
And also, I work for the Daily Observer newspaper. I have 2 concerns quickly. One, I think part of full of no how that will impact the vulnerable institutions in the impending academic year. The second thing is that is this thing about disengaging from the classroom academic activities. How do you intend to address that issue to ensure that students don't go to classes and those teachers are absent? Thank you.
Let me answer those two.
Okay, you take it.
Thank you for those 4 questions. Let me start with the first one. The University of Liberia have now removed anybody from the payroll. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, for those who were found in the double dipping saga, changed their full-time to part-time for the month of May. In our negotiation, we appeal to the Ministry of Finance to continue their payment while these negotiations are going on. As I indicated, all 74 of those individuals in this saga have been paid for the month of May. We didn't stop there. We appeal to the government of Liberia to also consider giving them payment in June, since we'll be open at that time. In principle, the ministry have agreed. We sent a letter, a formal letter to the Ministry of Finance to give consideration to these discussions to see how we can do more reflection on the whole issue, and while that is happening, please allow our faculty members and staff to continue their work at the University of Liberia. The whole idea is not that they are removing them from the payroll, but changing their status from full-time to part-time, since we are being informed that they are full-time at another government institution. And according to the law, from what we are being told, you cannot get 2 full-time pay from the same government paying you monthly in the Republic of Liberia. Why is it coming at this time? Wonderful question. In September, October of 2021, through the strike action of our faculty association, that we found a solution to resolve. One of the points in our understanding MOU was that the personnel information of the university should be turned over to the Ministry of Finance for all the appropriate analysis, forensic analysis, to ensure that the harmonization of salary will be well. The University of Liberia administration abide by that particular decision, and we send all our personnel information, including our date of employment, our letter of employment, our credential, the number of degrees, our status, all of that was sent, including our national identification number. We sent all of that to the Ministry of Finance. It was used in that process to harmonize the salary of the university faculty members at the University of Liberia. And that took effect as of January 2022. But wonderfully, the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Finance, used the information that we gave to them in October, November, and in their analysis, using the national identification number of our employees, found out that while they were full-time at the University of Liberia, they were also full-time at other government institutions. So we didn't start that. It was the information that we were asked to give that led to that discovery. And since January, I've been tormented by the government of Liberia that people at the university were double dipping, and I say, show me the proof. They've been given that information. They sent the first document. Surprisingly, I, as the president of the university, were also double dipping according to that list. As we were sorting out in all of the whole university payroll, we realized it was not the whole university, but 74 persons in this current batch, 62 faculty members, and 12 administrative staff who were found in the issue of double dipping. Did we stop there? No. We've been working with the Ministry of Finance that while the discussions are going on, please pay our employees and see how we can solve this problem or get the appropriate interpretation. So it's happening at this time because of the information that we turned over to the Ministry of Finance on the request of the Faculty Association during our negotiation in September, October of 2021. So it didn't start from the administration. We were here. I got no information that any of my faculty or staff were working to any other government institution. I had no idea. Anything I told them, as far as I am concerned, you are only working at the University of Liberia. But if I'm showing the proof through your national identification registration number that is sure that you are the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Finance, the EPA, and other government agencies, and your NIR number is showing that you're receiving 2 salaries. It is better to then find a way to discuss, negotiate, and find a common ground. And that is what this administration of the University of Liberia been doing since January up to this time to ensure that the government of Liberia work with the university so that our faculty, our staff will get their pay for May and June while we continue this discussion and negotiation at the University of Liberia. Vote of no confidence. I was wondering whether I was in Britain because Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of Britain, went through a parliamentary question and they had a vote of no confidence that he won. But then I realized I was in Liberia. And since it was not the Parliament or the General Assembly or the Faculty Association that employed me or sent me to the university to be president, I'm wondering the whole idea or the whole concept of a vote of no confidence, why is it applicable in the Republic of Liberia? The Board of Trustees and the Visitor of the university did their work and asked me to work with these wonderful people at the university to be a head of the institution. We'll do our best and we'll keep working with the people at the University of Liberia for the best of our ability to move forward. Will they have any impact? Well, we are doing our best. We will finish the renovation process. Let me also indicate that the government of Liberia have given all the money allocated for 2022 for the renovation process. We are going ahead with that one. We are in the second quarter. But this government has been able to give all of the money for the renovation of these campuses that have never been touched in over 40 to 50 years here in the Republic of Liberia. And the renovation is going on, and we're doing our best to prepare for the opening of school, and we'll continue, we'll keep focused on that track to ensure that the men and women of the University of Liberia will be back in school on Monday, June 27, 2022. If the teachers are absent from the classes when we open school, we will find a plan B and a plan C. There are a lot of part-time people who are working at the University of Liberia. I hope Dr. Zena and the Deans are making a plan just in case we will find part-timers, give them more overload, and they will teach, and the classes will go on while we continue discussion and dialogue with those colleagues who find themselves in this situation. But you are talking about 62 or 74% in the context of the university employment that is between 2,000 to 3,000. If we say anything, we are still negotiating on behalf of these employees with the government of Liberia to find a way around this situation so that it will not disturb the learning of our students here at the University of Liberia. So we hope that everybody will prepare to go back to class. If for some reason some people don't go to class, we will still do our best to ensure that our students will continue their teaching and learning process at the University of Liberia.
Follow up.
Yes, sir.
You did mention that you were involved also in the double dipping. Care to further explain about that? Which of the institutions you were working for, which finance body involved in the double dipping?
Interestingly so, they have me 2 times at the University of Liberia. So the first document they sent me, and I got that document here, had the whole university payroll with all the employees. Not only that the president was double dipping, but all the vice president, other different people, and I told them that was not correct. And so we needed to work it out. It is in the working out of this document that we came from over 2,000 plus employees to 74. Am I double dipping somewhere? No, I just work at the University of Liberia. I've been doing that since 2007. I didn't start just recently at the University of Liberia. So that particular information was wrong and was corrected. And in that exercise, we found only 74% in this first batch. Let it be known that the second batch, they will tell us we don't have the information as far we are concerned. All our employees are full-time only at the University of Liberia. Until we see otherwise, with the appropriate information, we can only justify to say they are all full-time employees at the University of Liberia.
Yeah, continue with the question.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Nelson. I'm Anthony Gray, and I work quite close with you. You keep stressing that you are in negotiation with the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. What exactly do you want in these negotiations?
Two things. One, please allow us to open the university as we discuss this. Let's review what 9.1 is saying. Let's get the appropriate interpretation, and we'll get the interpretation. Those who have that responsibility maybe should be given the opportunity to make a choice. If the proof is there that you are working at two government agencies, you now and the government of Liberia must decide where you want to be full-time. Your principal employment, is it the University of Liberia or is it the Ministry of Finance? You have to make that decision, not the university. If you decide that you want to be full-time at another institution, then automatically it suggests that you'll be part-time at the university. You will still teach, but you'll be teaching on a part-time status. That question is not for the university to answer. It's only those who find themselves in this situation. Because when we employ them and gave them their TOR, letter of employment, we were informed that they wouldn't be full-time at the University of Liberia. Now we are discovering that someone that gave us that information, the information was not true, and they are full-time somewhere else. But we will still work it out. This is an academic institution. We need their expertise, we need their skill, but let's do it in a dialogue form and see how best the government of Liberia can work with us to solve this particular problem, and making it look like some other person is responsible for your decision to work two places. It is not my decision. You decided to be full-time at the University of Liberia and be full-time at the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Finance, or the EPA. You now have the responsibility to negotiate and deal and see how the problem can be solved, instead of blaming the administration or other people to take responsibility for what you got yourself into. That should be the point. And it should not be the question of blaming the administration. Where they are personnel information got to the Ministry of Finance, it was based on the advocacy of the University of Liberia Faculty Association. They advocated to send our personnel to the Ministry of Finance. They even suggested that the Ministry of Finance control our payroll. Well, that was the wish for in October. Now we are all reaping the fruit of their advocacy that happened in October 2021. And they should not blame the administration or try to scapegoat the administration for something that we didn't have information for, and the government of Liberia only discovered that information after we turned over all our personal information, interestingly so, of our national identification number that is proving that some people are working in two places, getting two government pay because they got two government jobs. Are we responsible? No, I'm not responsible for that. As grown up, let's take responsibility for our action. I will take responsibility for my action. All the other adult employees of the university should take responsibility for their action. That's where we are going. And while we're doing that, this administration and our management team will stay engaged as we have been doing with the government of Liberia to see where we can find the appropriate common ground. Finding common ground, I've been doing that for the past 40 years in the Republic of Liberia. That's what I was trained in. Finding a common ground for people to coexist. I will respect everybody, I will work with everybody, but let us respect each other. That should be the bottom line.
Yeah. Last question?
Yeah, so thank you so much. So, Mr. President,
Yeah.
we emphasize that on the 27th this month, the university will resume classes. All right, but some instructors are now planning not to come to class on the 27th. The question is, if those instructors refuse to come to class, will there be punishment for them? That's one. And this question is based on concerns from faculty members. Yes, it has been alleged that some lawmakers, teaching at the University of Liberia, their names are on. They are teaching full time, but they still need paid. Could you maybe clarify this?
Well, wherever you gather information from, you need to bring the proof. Now, the same thing to the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. If you say there's somebody in the national parliament or in the House of Representatives or House of Senate who teaching here at the university full time, bring that information to us, we'll look at it, we invite that person in, and find the appropriate resolution. What I do know, that most of our colleagues who are working at the, in the House of Representatives, also Senate, most of them are teaching pro bono, or they are teaching part-time adjunct professors, part-time, not full-time. And until you bring that particular proof, then I will treat it as hearsay, as I asked the government before to give me the proof. They brought the proof and it showed that 74% was in that situation, but we are still negotiating to find the appropriate common ground. Well, we'll open school on the 27th. I've informed my cabinet and my team under no reason that we will not open on the 27th. We said the renovation process, this is phase 1. We'll continue in 2023, we'll continue in 2024. What we have done, we'll bring the students back to school, they will engage in teaching and learning, we'll get additional resources, we'll continue the renovation. So there's not a one-stop shop renovation process. It's an ongoing exercise. So we have started, we're looking forward to finish. Let me be appreciative also to our students who are volunteer to engage in a cleanup campaign around the university, and we'll keep working hard to do that. When we start, if we notice classes that there are no professors, the university has the mechanism to ensure that those who are part-time are given more courses to teach, so that they are going home, they will be smiling. And Papa will go home very well, Mama will go home, and their smile will not be very, very easy. Because right now, we are restricting part-timers to 3 or 4, or 2 or 3 courses. If we get to that point, we can't find, we're asking to teach another course, there will be an addition to their income, send full-timers who are enjoying the benefit of Nigerian people through the university. We choose, using their human right, to stay home. We'll ask part-timers, or we'll find other people who can volunteer to help us fill in the gap. But academic 2022 will start on Monday, June 27th, and we'll make all the appropriate adjustments to ensure that our students who have been waiting all of these months will be back in school for their teaching and learning process to continue. That's what we are looking forward to.
Yeah, just before I left my screen, there were concerns from our online audience.
Yeah.
How are these developments going to affect the schedule, entire academic schedule, specifically the entrance?
Well, I just announced that we'll go with the schedule with the entrance exam. You know, the entrance exam is for the 25th month for undergraduate. There are different days for the graduate professional schools. There's also the option for people to do the exam online. So we're not changing the schedule. The testing committee and the testing center, you are mandated to carry on the entrance exam. People that volunteer to be proctor or giving an exam that is now available, find other people who will be available to carry on the entrance exam. This university will continue to move forward in our challenges. I said before, we all have ideas, we all can talk. Let us talk, and talk until we can find the appropriate solution. This whole idea, we will disengage, we will not do this. Hey guys, stop it. Come, let's talk. Let's find the appropriate solution. Why do you want to stop the children of Liberia from being in school? Why do you want to stop those who are interested in getting tertiary education from not coming to take the entrance exam? Is that the role you want to play in Liberia, stopping the children of Liberia from getting higher education? Is that why you are a professional for? I don't think so. So the entrance exam will be on schedule on the 25th. We'll do the best we can. If for some reason we don't complete that, we'll have additional days to take the entrance exam. And besides the first entrance exam, we will give a second entrance exam for those that will be interested. Our disagreement should not be an opportunity to stop teaching and learning at the University of Liberia. You have ideas, I have ideas, let's talk. We can disagree to agree. But why do you want to stop the children of Liberia from being in school? Our students being out of school for more than 4, 5, 6 months. They are tired sitting down home. Come and go. Let us make sure they get their education, graduate, get from here, go find their own job. Maybe when they graduate, the other job that is available, they will take that job. And I know people who are coming home that want to be full-time, they can't be full-time, and we are forcing them to be part-time. Now is the time. Now all of us need to work together to do the right thing. Doing the right thing will be to allow all of us to work together, negotiate with the government of Liberia, and for the sake of the children of Liberia and the University of Liberia, we can find a common ground for you to stay offer your services to the University of Liberia. This argument to disengage It's not in the best interest of the faculty. It is not in the best interest of the staff. It is not in the best interest of the students, and not in the best interest of the Republic of Liberia. Let us disagree to agree. Let us keep talking while classes are going on to find the appropriate solution. That would be my appeal to my wonderful friends in the University of Liberia Faculty Association. Let's use John Griffin, chapter 10, verse 10. Let us talk, and talk until we can find the appropriate common.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On that note, I want to say thank you. This is how we come to the end of this press conference. The full copy of the statement will be available on our website and other social media platforms. For those who want a copy, we are not going to provide our copies. Just give us your WhatsApp number or email addresses, and we will send them to you. Thank you for following, and look up for our next press conference as well, announced by our Vice President and the President, which we are going to be doing at least once a month. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay.